Good evening. It's good to be with you. I actually found myself a little behind the ball today. I started cooking supper and then was reminded that I did not do a video for us. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of both here. As you can tell, I got green pepper, I got onion, I got celery, so I'm making something Louisiana. Tonight it's jambalaya. And one of the interesting things about jambalaya is I have not actually made it very often. I have a favorite gumbo recipe, I have some other favorite Louisiana recipes, but when it comes to jambalaya, I've done it several different ways. I was looking up recipes online, and I guess what I figured out about jambalaya is that nobody does it the same way. Everybody has their favorite way, everybody has a favorite recipe. If you have two Louisiana grandmas or you have a whole community of Louisiana grandmas, they're all going to do it a little differently. Reflecting on that, I was reminded of a verse from Paul's letter to the church in Philippi. This is in chapter 2, right after he tells the Philippians that they need to have the same mind as Christ, that Christ did not consider his authority and power something that he had to manipulate and hold on to, but he emptied himself. He took on the form of a servant, was obedient to death even upon the cross. Paul says we should all be the same mind that Christ has. And right after that, verse 12, Paul then says, therefore, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. I love that phrase. Continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. Right after saying that we all need to have unity among us, he seems to open up this idea that each one of us still has to work out our salvation. We all have to work through the circumstances of our lives, and all of our circumstances are a little different. We have to work out what it means to follow Jesus. As we think about what the church is going to look like on the other side of all this, I think there's going to be a lot of working out. It's going to be different. Church is not going to be the same. As much as we might like it to be, it's been changing for years, and this whole COVID thing is really going to do a lot to change us and cause us to evolve even further. Paul reminds the Philippians, as they work out their salvation, as we work through whatever this is, our circumstances are, he says, do so with fear and trembling. Do so with respect. I think that's true about jambalaya. You can make it a lot of different ways, but you need to have respect. Respect for your ingredients, respect for what you're doing. I'm going to be back in just a second here. I got some meat I need to set aside. I'm back. Didn't want to burn my ingredients. It can be easy to just turn to cynicism in these times. It can be easy, as confusing as everything is, to just kind of throw our hands up and say, I'm not going to try anymore. Paul reminds the Philippians, he reminds us, this is a work in process. Don't give up on that work. Don't give up on what the Holy Trinity is doing in our lives. But let us continue to do the work with respect. with fear and trembling, with the awesome sense that God is with us. I hope you all are having a delicious supper. I look forward to sitting down to this. However it turns out, it's not going to be the same as the last time I made it, but I know it's going to be good. Take care and have a good evening.